I'm Deterius.
And I'm Sanisha, and we are your friendly neighborhood reviewers. We review all types of things from television and entertainment
to news and food. Like and subscribe to our channel. And today we're coming with you kind of a, we're going to have 2 episodes, and yes, Savannah is here too, saying hey. We're going to do something a little bit different. We've been very, very busy. And so we didn't have a chance to review episode 5 of Chief of War. So we're going to kind of incorporate episode 5 and 6 in this episode today. So grab your popcorn, grab you something to drink, and let's strap yourself in because it's gonna be a bumpy ride. Yeah, it's gonna be a bumpy ride. So we're gonna start off with episode 5, the race of gods. The race of the gods, and we're introduced to Kayana coming back. He's returning finally from Zamboanga, and instead of what he would have thought, everybody would be happy to see him, it kind of wasn't the reception that it really wasn't the reception that he would hope for. As we've seen in previous episodes, where his girlfriend is now, messing with the brother, and that whole it's just not. He didn't get the hero's welcome that he was hoping for. So
maybe everybody thought it was dead. So I'm assuming, I don't know, because I seen like the people that were closest to him seemed to at least run to him, or he ran to them. They hugged. But I didn't really recognize other people's madness about it until you mentioned it. And I was like, yeah, nobody really didn't just.
Well, even if you look at how the reaction was, it was like there was only really one person or 2 people that was really excited to see him.
Yeah, that's what it. Yeah. And
you would have thought that only one of the brothers was actually happy to see him, and Kahamanu was happy to see Kayana, because Kayana had saved Kahamanu. So they were the only 2 that was really happy to see him. Whereas the other brother and his girlfriend, who he saved all of them, they weren't even really happy to see him.
And I don't know if it was they were unhappy to see him, but they didn't act as if it was somebody they were at least had any type of love. I don't know what the word would be, but I don't think they did to do a whole parade, but I would have just expected it to be a lot more just
you mourned him. You would have thought the reception would have been bigger than what it was, especially from in his own camp. Right. You would think they would have ran up to him, give him hugs, oh man, we thought you were dead.
Yeah.
It kind of was like, yeah, he's here, but I done moved on type.
Yeah, that's unfortunate though, because even if I did, let's say somebody came back and I did move on, unless it was like how we talked about in Castaway, when he came back and if I'm married, we never were married or something like that, that's different because I can't be that way. I have a husband too,
But even then, she
couldn't even fight it, and it's I gotta go back to my family. Right? I can't even do this.
He told her to go back to her family.
Remember they was going to pull off, and he was
he told her to go back because she ran out the house to go get.
I know, but she was like, you got to go back, and she was like, yeah, and then she got out the car.
Yeah, but she didn't want to go back.
No, she stopped him. We got to rewatch that because I don't want. We go over there and talk about Castaway the whole time.
She ran out in the rain, got in the car, kissed and whatnot, and it kind of was a bittersweet moment because he was like, well, yeah, you got to go back. And she was like, yeah, I got to go back.
Yeah.
But she really wanted to go with him.
Yeah. But that type of, because she moved on. They had a funeral for him and everything, Yeah. And that was 4 years. This is only a year. That's even if let's say we wasn't dating, but you was somebody I honored, you was a good leader in the community.
You saved my life.
Yeah, I would have had dang, that's crazy. I would have probably been shocked and probably numb for a little bit, but then it would have been I would have been just extremely excited. Wow, this person is really, and now I know we still got more protection. There's a lot that comes with him. Right. There's
better
great
leadership.
Exactly. So I just would have been happy. Okay, we back to the, we back to our old stomping grounds like type deal. But
it was
I didn't see none of that really.
Yeah, it was just like,
except for the kids. But the kids was always like a new person or
right,
just inviting and loving.
And then his brother actually was happy for him. The half brother was like, man, now I gotta live back in the shadow.
Right.
We didn't move on. Like, I didn't finally got this relationship that I've been wanting for a long time, which begs me to question the half brother. Even though I think he's fully supportive of his brother, but the fact that you've been coveting your brother's woman for a long time.
I know, and there's so many other women they're all beautiful. There's other options. It's one thing if you liked her and maybe they start dating and you like, you kind of had them feelings, but you just move on. Like, all right, I need to find somebody else. But to just not really date anybody else, and it's kind of like you saving yourself for this person,
right? Hoping
maybe it didn't work out or something. Crazy part is
right on in, and then knowing that there should have been at least a guilt factor with them, because especially with the brothers, they were the ones who convinced Kayana to originally get involved with this war. When Kayana did not want to get involved with it.
Right.
Back in the first episode, he was like, I didn't want to lead my family into this another pointless war. Just for them to get emotionally attached to a situation. And he's like, you know what, let's go ahead and do this. And they went and fought for Kai Keeley. And we all know how that, by this point, we all know how that turned out. So there should have been at least a little bit of loyalty there. And the fact that it wasn't is kind of like, But Kayana has an even bigger hill to face now too, because now you're on Hawaii, and everybody have known of your deeds of Oahu, how you was involved with that, with Kai Keeley. So,
and I think that's part of why people didn't embrace him too. They probably already have a negative connotation with him, thinking that he died, but also that he was with Kai Keeley. So that's probably why he didn't get the best recognition, unfortunately.
Yeah, because of how they killed everybody.
Yeah.
Royal lineage and everything, they killed all the way down to the dogs and cats. They was ruthless with it. And that reputation deserves the type of reaction that he got from the people of Hawaii. It's perfectly understandable why they didn't trust him.
Yeah.
I didn't like the fact that the brother,
because they knew everything. The brothers was fighting with him. The girl his ex was fighting with him as well. So y'all knew what took place. So y'all know Kayana was not this person that maybe other people might. Y'all was in it with him. He was, so y'all knew from the beginning to the end, his apprehension and everything about it. So it just kind of, I don't know.
It was just, so him earning, everybody was worried about what Kayana's real intentions was. You've been gone for a long time. Now you coming back, you dressed like the pale skins.
Yeah, you got on pants.
You carrying the guns. Like the pale skins, like it's easy to question where your loyalty is lying, because we already know what you did with Kai Keeley. Now, what if these pale skins want to take over? Are you going to help them, or are you going to help us?
Yeah, because that's definitely a thing. Because even with slavery with the African Americans, there were black people aiding the pale skins, if you would call them that, in the captures. Unfortunately, they sold us all out for some money and probably became slaves too. Who knows? Right. But yeah, that's
so
the thing.
There's a lot to question of Kayana's character at this point, because of the fact that there's a lot of changing that he has done over the course of the time he's been gone. And so to prove his loyalty to Kamehameha, who is more of the understanding type, Moku was not fully on board with this. Even though his daughter Kahamanu was vouching for Kayana, the councils, nobody was taking that, because of the fact that we know the deeds that you've done, and then you turned on Kai Keeley, not once, but twice. Kayana turned on him twice, and that is also known. That reputation of he would turn on his chiefs or on the king. That reputation alone right there makes me trust. Or distrust you, because Are you going to do the same thing here?
Yeah.
Are you here to cause confusion? What is your purpose here? So he had to prove his loyalty, and by doing that, Kamehameha did the race of the gods. They had to go down the slopes of the volcano, and first one to the finishes wins.
And that was crazy. It was like this skinny kind of board, like I'm gonna say maybe 6 inches apart, and it was 2 boards. And
it looked like almost like a ladder.
Or like exactly like a ladder, very skinny, narrow ladder. And they had to lay on face first, kind of like you know how when you go to the carnivals and you lay on the mats and you go down on your stomach. That's kind of what they did, but they're on wooden boards, hard concrete volcano hills. And it's not like a short, it's like at least a couple miles long. They was sliding down that thing so long. I was like, oh, you couldn't pay me to do it. I'd be like, I'm just disloyal. Call me what you want. We can find another way. Let's go fight or something. Because I'm not finna be rolling down no goddamn hill. That hill. And then they had it was 2 of them and 2 other people. And just to see how they turned, that would have been me. I would have hit a rock and just rolled over and probably you could die literally on that thing. Like, and I wonder how factual, because this is a true story, like, is that an actual thing, like, in their culture? Because that take a amount of courage that I just don't got.
I mean, I believe after the research I've been doing so far with this, I believe that was something that they did.
It makes sense, because that's crazy.
Some stuff, it's easy to make up, but making up something like that.
I wouldn't even think of nothing like that.
Like,
my thought would have been them battling, and then not to kill each other, but whoever pinned somebody down for a long, or something like that.
Combat.
Something like that, or just to prove or whatever. But that was crazy. And then they said like nobody ever beat Kamahumanu. Nobody had ever Kamehameha. Tripping.
Kahamanu is his wife.
Right. So nobody ever beat Kamehameha. So it was pretty cool to see the turnout of that.
Right. And because there was a lot riding on that.
Mm-hmm.
If Kayana failed, he would have been exiled, or he could have been killed. So in winning it, he would have earned a seat in the council. So he ended up winning, and he got his seat in the council of Kamehameha. We also see in this episode a lot of personal betrayals. Kayana, as stated earlier, learns that Kupahai has grown close with his half brother Namake, and while he was gone. But we kind of see, like we said earlier, that this wasn't like a conflict where you can go settle this with fisticuffs. Like, this was more of the matters of the heart, which is a lot more complicated than warfare is easy.
Yeah, just kill or be killed. That's it.
Love is a lot more complicated, and now you have a triangle of just confusion, because on one side you have Kayana, who really loved Kupuhai,
and he didn't leave her by choice.
Right?
It's like I was taken, so it's not like
over the fact that you wanted to go get your sister.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, my brother loves his sister too, so loved her sister. So it was kind of a beneficial thing that 2 people who wanted her at the same time. So he sacrificed himself so they could get away, and they got away. But then you have the fact that, okay, I did this for y'all, and here y'all are making a love nest. So the betrayal there is in Namake. Like, Namake, you've been looking at her for a while, and then you didn't even have enough love and respect for me. Go get somebody else. You in a whole another village. There's other people here, other women. Go there. And I forgot the other brother's name. He was even saying that. He was like, well, no, that's wrong, because he's been looking at her for a while, for a long time, and now he's got his opportunity. That's the ultimate betrayal.
And I'm just surprised, as the woman, she wanted to do it, because I don't know. I'm just not. I don't know. There's other guys I can be with as well if I decided to move on in my life. But
that'd have been easier than to messing with the brother.
Like I just don't. I don't know. And then thinking about his family, he got other brothers here. There's probably other family members here. I don't want to like put that image out there. Like right. So now I'm just not. Even if I was a little interested or attracted to him, like in a way, because maybe he reminded me of his brother, you know. But it's just. I don't know, but I know in culture, even like biblically, it says that like if your husband was to die, you marry his brother. That was like not a law, but that was something in culture that they did traditionally. But I don't know if that was around like this time too. Maybe that was in
before this time.
Oh, okay, so I know that's a thing, and it's very weird to think of. So I try not to judge people's decisions because of culture. Sometimes it happens that way, but if the brother is telling her, other than that wasn't their culture, more than likely. So. I just think it was too messy. Some things are just messy. It'd have been
one thing if they knew for certain that Kayana was dead. If they had seen the body or something, they'd be like, okay, yeah. Because that's what the other brother was going off of. He was saying, we don't know for a fact that he's dead. We haven't seen anybody. We haven't seen nothing that resembled that he's dead outside of the fact that he's not here. He could be anywhere. And here we all are making a permanent decision off of a feeling that y'all don't even know for a fact. Yeah. He would have been okay with it had they found the body and they buried Kayana.
That's true.
He would have been okay with it.
Yeah.
But the fact is we don't know that y'all should not be doing this.
Yeah.
And if you're going to date somebody else. Because then it's different.
I just wish people would really listen to wise counsel instead of dealing with your hormones and feelings all the dang time. Because people would tell you you're going off a cliff and you let your hormones just lead you right off the cliff. Like, I just don't understand it. Like, because the brother was giving them wise counsel.
But they didn't want to hear that.
Of course, because you're worried about your goddamn hormones. And that's really all it is. You're hot. Jordan's for his school.
And it just messes up.
Yeah, because
a whole lot.
When we go into like even episode 6, we can kind of see the. Yeah.
Yeah, because then
it
now
does put a.
There's a rift in between everybody now.
Yeah.
And
even with the brother too, because you don't already start pouring into your heart. Now you're leaning into that. Now how do you just withdraw? You know, that's not human. This really wasn't meant for you to open that door. You shouldn't have opened the door because It is hard to go back and close that door. Because on this episode, it shows Kayana and what is it, Kahuana?
No.
What's her name? The girl, his girlfriend.
Kupohai.
They actually, once he gets back, they actually, get back together basically. And then the brother has to grieve that. So he goes in the water for probably over 24 hours because he went, maybe about 12 hours because he went in at night, came back in the morning. Or maybe he just was floating there the whole time, just in deep thought. Because that's a lot to go through. Like,
that's a lot to take in.
Yeah, it's like I thought we
just got started. We just got, to this point. And then all of a sudden now you show back up. And
I gotta fall back because it's only right.
She must got that. I'm gonna keep that to myself.
I'm gonna knock him out.
But then we see more of rebellion and rivalry with Kiau's rebellion. He gets more and more like
he's stirring himself up
for real. Like he gathers all his allies. He sends a taunting message to Kamehameha, a symbolic snake hiss that rattles. He was really letting him know there cannot be any peace.
Yeah.
Like
and that carries on even to the next. Like he is not letting up.
But you start seeing like small things pop up. Kiau was really trying to provoke Kamehameha to fight.
Yeah.
And he asks all his allies, hey, look, if he don't turn it over the god of war, then are you guys with me to go on attack? And they all was like, no, we're not getting involved with this.
Absolutely not.
It was set up this way by your father, and because Kamehameha didn't do anything wrong
at all. He's honoring, and he said it out of his mouth, and you were there. Like, you that mad?
like that doesn't. Kayana has not. Kamehameha have not shown any type of disloyalty to him outside of not giving him the God of War, which is the thing he wanted.
And as soon as
he's not questioning your leadership. He's
wanted to, like, you're still my brother. Let's figure out what we could do to work together. And no, so it's like you just being prideful and want to be in control of everything.
And I get it, because he's at the highest authority of the high island, and yet he don't have control of the military. But you see why he don't. His actions show why he doesn't.
He gonna be another Kahakili walking around here,
right? So it's like now you got a civil war on your hands, because Kiawu is making it very known, and he's broad with it that he's willing to kill over this. So Kamehameha is trying to find peaceful solutions and listen to the gods for their guidance, but the gods aren't speaking.
Yeah.
And because now they even looking like, oh, whoa, something, this right here. And Kamehameha has nobody to blame but himself. He really has nobody to blame but himself for all of this, because back in episode 4, or was it 3? Episode 4? No, I think it was episode 3. Episode 3, when was it 3? Where he was asked to
I think that might have been 2 or 3. When he was alive, when the king was alive.
Yeah.
I think it was either 2 or 3. I think it was 2 though. It might have been 2. But either way, what was you about to say?
No, because episode 2 we was introduced to Kamahamu.
I know, but
that was about her.
Oh,
I think it was episode 3 or yeah, I think it was episode 3 or 4. But when Kamehameha was asked, it was episode 3. Mm-hmm. Episode 3, when Kamehameha was asked by the king, basically he was trying to see who he was going to pass over the kingdom to, and he was like, well, it goes to your son. And he was like, I haven't made that decision.
Yeah.
Kamehameha should have walked in there boldly,
mm-hmm.
and stated what he want, his vision for the country, and he probably would have been named king with the full control of the God of War. But because he didn't, he showed his battle tactics was smart, but he showed his ambition to be king was not there.
Because I don't think he really cared to be king. Like, some people really do not, like, it's not driven by the titles, and I don't think he's one of them. So even if old dude would have been king, he'd have been fine with it. If he never made him God of War, he would have been fine with that.
Yeah, but the fact that of the matter is, he was looking at you all along, and everybody knew it.
If you ain't gonna say it, I ain't gonna chase it either. If you didn't tell me verbatim, I'm kind of like that in a way. Like, I'm like seeing Kamehameha's like mentality reminds me of mine in a way. Like, he's just, even the cowardness about him reminds me of myself in a way. Like,
well, that would be true, but on episode 4, he now questioning himself and the guys like, well, I thought I was supposed to be the one leading. Well, you had the opportunity to walk into that room and state your claim on why you should be the king. Instead,
you sure he wasn't talking about the God of War and not the king?
No, he was talking about being the king.
Oh,
because remember, it was prophesied he was going to be.
Yeah. Well, I think because you have like a knowing, but you aren't fully accepting of it, because you are scared of that role. Like, to be honest, because I think because even there's areas like a leadership that some people know they should be doing, but they don't do it based on whatever reasonings. But when you see somebody else doing it, you kind of like know that you're supposed to be doing it, like, but you're not stepping up to the plate,
right?
Like, and I think that's what it's just like, this battle within, to be honest, with him. And like, he knows, like, we all have a knowing. He
does remind me of you a lot, in the fact that he has great qualities.
Thank you.
But he don't speak up when it's time to speak up.
Sure don't. I have a problem.
And yet, you sit back and complain because of the fact that you missed out on the opportunity when you know you should have. It's like a level of regret. You know you should have said what you really wanted to say at the time you said it, because then you could have avoided a lot of things.
So much. I don't know what that is. Either so annoying, but I feel for him. Like I really do.
Because he started questioning his whole self in episode 4.
Then you go search it, because I'll go pray. Let me pray about it,
right?
And I don't hear nothing.
And then like, you wonder crazy. Why the events happened as they did. He should have went boldly in there.
Yeah.
And he had all the qualities. All of the signs was there. The rainbow, the moving of the stone, everything was set in place for him for the prophecy, and yet you blew it by not speaking when the opportunity came.
You just gotta receive it in the most like.
You gotta travel. Yeah, you gotta go through the
take
whole,
instead of just going for the kill.
Right. The shortest distance between 2 points is a line. He just start zigzagging.
Could have took you about 2 years, or take you about 10.
Right.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
you have that portion in there, and now you have this civil war as the direct result of that, because I believe Ka'au''s father wanted to give the kingdom to his nephew.
Oh yeah.
And I originally thought that, Ka'au murdered his father or unalived his father. I don't believe that happened. I think based off how
you've been saying it for a while, we're gonna find out.
Based off how the split happened, I believe his father passed away on his own. Because there would be no way that the God of War even landed to Kamehameha had Ka'au unalived his father. Okay. So I believe he passed on his own. Okay. But now you have a civil war on your hands, and a lot of people could die off of this. Like, there's a lot of things that could happen here, all because of now you got a split, and who knows how deep this can go. So now, after you have the lava sled race, you have Kayana now on the council. Ka'au comes through and destroys all of the food reserve that Kamehameha had been storing up for in case of emergency.
He just ain't. He at this point, he ain't even trying to be a team player. Like, cause even then, I get you being mad at him, not feeling him. But what if y'all all had to go into war together? You just messed it up for everybody because you and your feelings. It's crazy to me.
History has an ugly way of repeating itself, and bad leaders always seem to cause the worst damage. Mess it up
for everybody, and women, kids, everything. Like, all these people's lives are on the line, and they need that. I wouldn't even care. I would be mad, and whatever, we got to go toe to toe. I do everything he done did, but there's just a level I'm not going to go, because I understand that it's still more than just me out here.
Right. And then because we've been seeing in episode, 4, how Captain Cook is coming still. He ain't got there yet, but we've seen that the betrayal from happened, and Captain Cook has the maps to those islands now. So they don't even know that these things are coming, and yet you got Kaikili you got to deal with. And now y'all are splitting in two, and y'all, there's too much going on.
Too much division.
Ka'au is so selfish. He's willing to just annihilate everybody that's not going to do what he says. That is
you're not a good leader.
That's a whole new level.
This is why you don't need to be in leadership. You don't need to be king either.
For real. That's low. That's the lowest of low. All right, so we are doing episode 6 of Chief of War, The Splintered Paddle. Wow. This episode here, man.
This one unfolds so many things.
Wow. There's a lot of different things that took place here in this episode that is kind of, if it was a volcano, this is starting to boil over at this point. I mean, baby, we got lava. So we got destruction in Kohala, and so Kamehameha is surveying the burned food shortage huts in the Kohala district. He knew his cousin did that. Kiau. This right here gets the council hot. Everybody's mad. Kayana.
Yeah, you don't even see Kayana mad like that. Like he mad when it's time for battle, but he like
he was pissed.
Ain't nothing. Oh, let's ride out. Like that's it.
Because for somebody to do that, it's not just affecting Kamehameha. You're affecting everybody in the
children, mothers. Women.
Not only just Kamehameha's village, but your village as well.
Exactly.
Because it was for everybody.
Exactly.
That was the whole purpose of it. Was so if we go to war, everybody can eat still, and you destroyed that because you're mad.
And it's really because Kamehameha was the one to set it up. Well, since he set this up, I'm finna go tear it down. Like, that's what got him. That's what got him. Your hatred for another person is that deep. Like you really gonna go that petty with it?
That's exactly what you're gonna do.
Just weird. I cannot stand people like that. It just
because
annoys me.
It was that idea is what started this in the first place.
Exactly.
Because when he
came with that solution, you said he don't come with the
for real. He came with that. That was a solution.
And that was a perfect solution to.
And he was mad because he didn't think of it,
exactly.
And that is what caused the god of war to be taken from him, and he couldn't stand that. Kayana was like, you know what? Don't even need to talk. It's just now we need to just go fight because he has gotten to the point where of no return. And Kayana demands immediate retaliation. Like we gotta go over there and handle this right now. No talking, no meeting needs to happen. We just need to go pick up our guns and go over there and spray everybody. And not everybody was feeling it. So Kupohai and Kahamanu were like, I understand y'all frustrated, but let's use diplomacy and try to and peace and try to talk this out. Now the problem with that is not everybody's willing to talk.
And he's made it very clear on many occasions that he don't.
He showed you that he's not trying to talk. If he wanted to talk, he would have talked.
It's so many opportunities. If that was the case, he know where we at. He know how to send somebody for me, or he know how to come on over here and have a conversation.
But that was not on his mind.
You see what he doing?
And it caused frustration between Kupohai and Kayana, because Kayana did not trust what she said, and he made it very clear. No, I'm not. No, that's not what we're gonna do here. That's not gonna work. But Kahamanu, because Kamehameha trusts Kahamanu, he sided with his wife.
Yeah.
Which there's two conflicts that comes out of this. You got diplomacy versus war. So.
And I feel like women are usually the ones who will try to seek peace, but we're just like, let's just try to, figure it out first, or like even when it comes to disciplining kids, let's talk to them. Let's not, like it's just, that's a natural woman, thing to do. So I could understand that aspect, but when I have all the facts of what you've been doing already and what you've been on, and I know that you're doing this, I don't think I would have really went with talking either. To be honest, but I could understand why, but.
Yeah, there's a time and a place for diplomacy, and then there's a time and place for war.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, diplomacy comes before there's even fighting happen. I want people to understand, fighting is not the first start of the war.
No.
The first starts of the war is the talking phase, which is the diplomacy phase. And if we can come to terms, then they can avoid bloodshed. But
exactly.
A lot of times that doesn't happen. So bloodshed must now be the way for peace. So we got Kamehameha sides with peace seeking, and he permits Kapoahi and he reluctantly lets Kayana go to negotiate with Kiau. Kupahai, we learned, is cousins with Kiao. So it would kind of make her cousins to Kamehameha too. She's related somehow to Kamehameha because if Kamehameha is cousins with Kiao and Kupahai is cousins with Kiao, they're all kind of related somehow now.
Mm-hmm.
So
that's what I was thinking, like with her being with his brother. So it's like culturally, it might be kind of normal for people to do that, but that's a whole nother thing.
But I mean, there were still other guys who were in that.
Yeah, but I don't know if it was looked at as a bad thing because it was his brother. It probably was more looked at a bad thing because he wasn't dead,
Right.
So, but we can go back to,
But, no, you good. So, Kupai, with ties to Kiao and credibility and Kiao, she tried to persuade him to unite because King Kai Kili is coming. And she would want them to unite without bloodshed. However, Kiao was not trying to hear none of that. So the negotiation ends in failure.
Yeah,
Kiao says, I'm not reconciling with and reconciliating myself with my cousin. If he's not willing to bring that the God of War back, I'm not trying to hear it.
Yep.
So he looked at this whole peace offering as weakness on Kamehameha's part because he's made it intentional. I burnt your your food shortages. Mm-hmm. So I've sent you the message to let you know that this is war between us, and yet here you are trying to use peace. Here you are trying to talk peace talk. I'm not trying to hear that. So he looked at him as definitely weak. And when Kupahai presents the white stone, a symbol of peace, he rejects it. And he told her defiantly, tell Kamehameha that I am coming for what is mine. And he knew what that means. And Kayana was like, what you want to do?
Yeah,
like,
he was hot. He was ready to he was ready to go right then and there.
Dismissive of everything. And Kiao said something to Kayana that really a lot of people were thinking too. He told him, where's your loyalty lie? Yeah. He's like, you dress like a pale skin. You lost your mana because you use the pale skin's weapons. Like, what type of man are you? A lot of people were feeling that way because he's still walking around with pants on.
I know. I was surprised. When he gonna take the pants back off? You back home? Like, I get it back, on the boat. You can't walk around like nobody was.
Yeah, and then Zamboanga is one thing.
Yeah,
but you're back home and you're still wearing pants.
I was kind of confused, not confused, but shocked by that too. Like, he ain't take the pants off yet.
Right. So why are you? Who are you now?
Right.
So there's a lot to look at on Kayana's portion, and even though Kayana was mad, it's true. Like, you've completely changed yourself, and it's cool. Like, I don't think nobody who he came there with would have said anything to him about him taking his pants back off.
No, I mean, because that's so you.
I don't think he has that little stuff no more, the coverings. But I'm pretty sure he could have got some.
Yeah, or made them. I'm highly sure a woman would have sold them up or something. Or even, I'm not sure. Like, maybe is it because of the guns? Like, you can hold the guns in your pants. You can't, I don't. I mean, you could create like a little holster or something for it, but maybe that's
pretty sure he could put it in the.
I know, right? In the little.
But I just think he don't have his anymore because he had to get rid of it.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't walk around in Zamboanga like that.
Yeah, but I'm highly sure they can. It's easy to, because even they all grow, you get older, not lose weight, gain weight. Like, I'm pretty sure you could make it. Yeah,
he could have gotten some, but that was interesting nonetheless. But then now, after learning that they have the pale skins weapons, Kioa is now faced with a different level of, can I really beat them?
Right. With them guns now.
Because now they got guns.
Mm-hmm.
That turns the tide.
Yep.
So he takes spiritual guidance and is told to go seek help with the enemy of his enemy, Kai Keeley. Now, Kiao the whole time does not take the threat of Kai Keeley serious. No reason why, because Kai Keeley has made it. It's been, even his father knew that Kai Keeley was coming, and so everybody knew what Kai Keeley had done in Oahu. So the fact that he was so dismissive of it, like he doesn't pose no threat to me, he ain't did nothing to me, was kind of weird.
I know, I was confused too, like, because if he did what he did to him, what makes you think that he wouldn't come and...
If what he did in Oahu,
yeah, not to
should
him,
have been
enough to be like, he not trustworthy, but you worried about Kayana's loyalty, but Keeley is out here...
It's even worse.
Yeah, reckless with it. And you gonna try to get... I don't know, it's just weird, yeah.
So, Kiao goes down to Maui to seek an alliance with Kai Keeley.
Crazy.
And asking for help to challenge Kamehameha. And Kai Keeley agrees. Kai Keeley agrees to it. And but we all know Kai Keeley has his own agenda, and he don't care for Kiao. It's just now he knows that, you know, Hawaii is split in two.
Mm-hmm. And that's even worse. Like, now you see that they got they weak, basically.
Right? So now it's just divide and conquer type. So that was interesting that Kiao went to Kai Keeley for his help. And Kamehameha, on the other hand, after learning that the peace talks have kind of doing, there's not going to be any peace, he issues a law, the law of the splinter paddle. And so he didn't want to go and get revenge, so he put out a decree. The law states that you cannot kill somebody unless in self-defense, which extended protection to all Hawaii residents from royalty to commoners, even rivals like Kiao. He wasn't going to go out there and kill Kiao just because Kiao was throwing a temper tantrum. And at this point, Kiao hadn't killed anybody. So although he destroyed the food supply, they still didn't kill anybody. He hasn't, to this point, he has not taken a life. Now, once he starts to take a life, then that would change, and then now you got the right to kill because it's now in self-defense. But looking at this law, he took the high road. Mm-hmm. He took the extreme high road of it.
I was not expecting him to do that. I thought he was like, well, we finna go to war, because we at least tried to create the peace. But he even went more, but no, we want to, okay, let's do some more peace. Like, on peace on top of peace. I'm like,
and it got people looking at him like, oh, okay, but it's a respectable move.
It is.
Because
you're not really...
you don't want people to live out in fear.
That part.
So you do something that makes everybody feel safe.
And also, you're not really feeding all into that extra drama of somebody else's turmoil. You have a problem with me. I'm going to let you have a problem with me until you bring a problem to me is when I'm going to respond. But I'm not finna keep working myself up, and it's just unnecessary. And because you emotionally, just because you emotionally unstable, I don't have to be.
Right.
I'm going to stand in my truth. I'm going to stand, like, and that's why he reminds me of me as well. I do that too, but it's just very interesting. The take that he took, especially as a guy, I just didn't expect him to do that as a male, especially somebody who do fight and he can fight. You know,
it also garners respect amongst the other allies of even Kiao, because they're seeing this like, if you wanted to take a king route, this was the route to take, where you're showing that you not only can think of war tactics, but now you can come up with laws. That part,
and think of everybody else outside of yourself.
And yeah,
the safety of other people.
Because that's what a real king. A king is not gonna. It's going to just not going to be just only war war-minded. They got to have some level of diplomacy. He is showing that he has the diplomacy down packed, and he has a tactical mindset. So even Kai Keeley's, not Kai Keeley's, but even Kiao's allies will see this and be like, you know what? This man is throwing a temper tantrum, and this man is actually out here doing something that's positive for everybody out here, and that'll gravitate, and they'll want to help Kamehameha.
You can't just bogart the way people's lives.
They'll rather side with Kamehameha
There you go, man.
than Kiao, which kind of why Kiao went to Kai Keeley in the first place. So
Right. Great leader, such a great leader.
now, not everybody is on board with this peace narrative, even in Kamehameha's camp. The main person, Kayana.
Mm-hmm.
Kayana,
because he's tired.
he's the fist. Like, let's throw hands and get this over with.
He'd have been through enough for this. He'd have been through enough. Like, he'd have had
his whole faith been challenged.
Yeah.
Which kind of why you would see him dressed in. I think that's part of the reason why he's in the pants now, because I don't think he fully even believes in what he used to believe in. There used to be probably a time, but after seeing the slavery, the deal of the slave trade,
that makes sense. Because even after they tried to do the peace thing, and Kiao, he didn't agree. The girlfriend, I always forget her name too.
Kupohai.
Yeah, she kind of got mad at Kayana, and I'm like, what is she mad at him for? Because
he did undermine it. He came in dismissive of everything too.
But you already. I guess. Well, let me not say that. I guess the factor is you don't, like he said, respond like you don't know what I just been through. You don't know what I've seen out there beyond y'all little islands, or not y'all,
right,
but our islands, because he still is the family, part of the family. But yeah, so it just was like.
So
yeah, like he's been through a lot.
And all of that combined with everything he's seen, the language barrier, like it really changed him. And I don't know if it's for the good or for bad, but
right,
I do know that it was eye opening, because it's one thing when you're on the island and everything's so small that
Yeah, we have our system set up. We got everything kind of just. It's probably like everything is somewhat the same. Every day is like something's new, but you just kind of everybody got their place. They got their assignments. We all kind of just working together as an ecosystem. But to step outside of that and see something completely different, where people are chained and babies are chained, and
that was really what pissed him off too. Like, they got kids chained.
Yeah, you don't see white people much, so now you're seeing tons of it. You really haven't seen Asian people like that. You see tons of that.
That wouldn't have been an issue. It's everything else because their island is closed off to the rest of the world.
Yeah.
There ain't been really, the pale skins have come there, but and they've fought them off, but they didn't really get to see the ugliness of the world. So they thinking everything off of what they see every day. But then now you get your faith tested by you going to see out what's actually out there.
Exactly.
And now it makes you question everything.
Yeah, because they live by spiritual guidance. They live by.
And then
probably respect of each other.
Yeah.
And then you see people being disrespected. People probably don't even believe in freaking the faith that y'all. They might have their own gods or none at all. Yeah, the greed, the money, the guns, the weapons. Just how you treat other people.
Because by the way, the time when Kayana got to Zamboanga, he looked around like, wait a minute, this is nothing but greed and like the scum of the scum. Like, you got to be sneaky, and where he's from, everybody's bold and they say what they feel, and it's like, okay, we know what we're getting ourselves into.
They're probably not even hungry. Like, they don't even, like, you just go fishing and you come back and you feed your village.
Like, money wasn't even importance out there,
right?
Because they were trading goods and services. So now you're coming into a situation where you see that what you believe is not what everybody else is gonna believe. So he had an interesting journey in that, I don't think they really understand it. And then part of it was, I only went through this because of you guys. They still have not addressed that part of the problem.
If they're going to, or
because
if you're just going to suck it up. You know,
right?
Sometimes you don't. You dress, you move on.
Because some sweep stuff up on the rug. But there needs to be a conversation where, because everybody having their own different feelings. Kupahi, Namuke, Kayana, they all haven't addressed the elephant in the room. And
I feel like she did try though in this episode. Like,
no,
because you said you still wearing their pants, like you ain't. But I kind of wish he would. I don't know how his heart is towards her 100%, but I wish he would tell her some of the battles he went through and like express like more so that she can understand. You know, because I just think she don't understand. I think she feels some type of way because he's still taking on
when I'm saying like they got to address the elephant in the room. Yes, I think she would kind of want to know what he went through, but he said that out of frustration.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying whereas the elephant in the room is y'all, and I think he needs to address his family. Y'all were the reasons that we got into this in the first place. Kai Keeley would have never marched on Maui, Oahu, had it not been for Kayana. And the only reason Kayana even got involved with it was because of his brothers. Everybody else's decisions impacted this, and him being a leader did not want to have his brothers going off into this and look at him any different, or they end up dead.
Yeah.
So that he sacrificed, he put his ego to the side for them. But when it came down to it, y'all couldn't put y'all thought about y'all safety, and y'all left me out to hang. Y'all left me out to dry. And then nobody even thought to go look for me or anything. Everybody moved on with their life. Only one of the brothers was actually thinking about going out to go look for him, and everybody else told him no, don't go do that. Yeah. So it's like there needs to be they need to have that hard, tough conversation, because they're never going to be like this anymore until they do. Yeah. There's always going to be friction between them. There's always going to be, oh, you in this corner, I'm in this corner, and everybody else is right, all in this place. They need, in order for them to come together as a group again, they need to have that tough conversation. And they gotta, and Kiau, Namuke, not Kiau, Kiopu, Kupohahi, I'm sorry, I keep butchering her name up. She needs to be receptive of the conversation, because she's to blame too.
Yeah,
there's a lot of blame that comes out of this whole situation, because Kayana is not to blame for everything that happened. Now, he could have stuck it to his guns and was like, you know what?
Of him that I think he was strong enough, because nobody didn't make you do nothing. Just because we convinced you, still could have said no, but it's still understanding why he did it.
Yeah, it's understandable. Like I said, he's not fully to blame for this.
No, Savannah. No.
The brothers are more to blame too. Because they the ones who got him involved with the Kai Keeley, even though he expressed that he didn't want anything to do with it. And he stuck to his gun for the most part until Kai Keeley brought the bones and whatnot. Like, that's what forced the brothers to get involved or want to do it, because Kai Keeley did a great gesture to them from what they saw. Then Kupoahi, she needs to be open to it, because we went to the island to get your sister.
Yeah.
We went back to our spot to get your sister.
Yeah.
And everybody knew that you was not going to go anywhere without your sister.
Yeah.
They knew she wasn't a fighter, so she probably would have been all right. But they gotta address that issue, because it's not gonna be the same until they do. Then you have Madness in Maui, and you start seeing there's friction even between Kai Keeley and Kupole, and not only just between them two, the whole Maui. All of the chiefs are looking at Kaikili like they're starting to disbelieve that he is the prophesied one. Yeah. Because who kills off all of the royal lineage where they go to? That's never been done before. You're at least supposed to keep them and alive. But Kaikili's out here killing them, and if you question him, you're not gonna live long enough to get an answer. And the answer you're gonna get is not the one that you was looking for. So he's now, and Kaikili's become even more violent. He alienates his chiefs. His son, Prince Kalupe, is torn in between the two. Like, he wants to be loyal to his father, but then his moral opposition to this whole cause is growing more and more. And when Kiau arrives for aid, Kaikili just straight up agrees. And whereas Kalupe was like, wait a minute. What? Why is he even here? Why are you letting him? What's going? He didn't agree with it. But there's a lot that's going on in this episode. You see a lot of things being tested. You see the leadership and the vision of Kamehameha. No. You see the clash between tradition and transformation, where you see women are now getting. This is the first episode where they actually had the women's voices actually mattered. Whereas we've been seeing in episode 4, where in episode 2, 3, and 4, where Kaumanu is questioning the traditions of her culture. But then here is now in episode 6, your husband is listening, taking your counsel. You're speaking in a group full of men. The very thing that you was looking for, you got the freeway to do that. And your words influences her husband.
Even when Kahumanu, she went and talked to Kayana. She was like, if you don't do it for him, do it for Kamehameha, do it for me. And I'm like, okay, like, he respects her, like, as a woman, and her word. And that's the reason why he really did go, like, all right, let me just go then,
And remember on a couple episodes ago, or episode 4, I said the words of a woman. Yeah. And here it is. Her words have reached to a point where that respect that she was looking for, that she thought that she wanted, is already happening. Yeah. But she wasn't looking at it the way that she should have been looking at it. She's been looking at it from a standpoint of, oh, I want to do this, and this, and this. Well, ma'am, this is where your purpose is right here. Yeah. And it may not be, what you thought it was, but that doesn't take away from the fact that your calling is right here, and you're doing exactly what you need to do. You're influencing an entire nation right now. And your husband is supportive of you. Right.
Because a lot of the times in like different type of shows we've watched, or just in cultures, you don't even have an opportunity to speak. You're not even in the room with the leaders and making decisions.
For real. So, even from the influence with the guns, tactics, they are in a society, they've created an influence where the women are not just, made for families and making babies, and they're actually showing that they can influence a diplomatic change. And they are. The words of Kaumanu is really influencing her husband to make his diplomatic change. Now, she's not using him. Right. But she is influencing him in the right way. In the right way.
Using her words wisely. Because
even her father is like disagreeing with her.
And he's looking too, scoping it out like
whose side are you on? Remember, our mission is to but realizing that his daughter can take on that role where she really didn't want that role.
Exactly.
So I believe she's actually settled into a role of being the wife of Kaikeili. I mean, Kamehameha.
Okay.
I'm sorry, not
Don't pull
Kaikeili.
it.
We see
Don't pull it.
also betrayal and political machinations, where we see Kiao's betrayal to the whole Hawaii by burning the food supply and going to team up with the enemy who's supposed to be coming anyway, and with Kaikeili. You see Kaikeili scheming, and he's ready. He's gonna betray.
You're never gonna get far by scheming. All these negative. You tried to he tried to go to the gods to see what he needed to do, and he's getting tormented. I didn't even recognize that until the terrorist had said that. I was like, oh yeah, like you're asking for answers, and all you see is the replay of an attack and people dying and people's getting their necks slit. That's not God. That's not of the gods from their culture.
That King Haha situation, where he cut that King Haha's throat, is haunting him.
Exactly. But you want to make all these decisions on your pride and your ego and your selfishness and jealousy, and come to turn out, it's not beneficial for you. Like, how is that getting you ahead? Like, at that point, I would have realized, okay, something not right here. Like, I shouldn't be being tormented. If this is what God's telling me to do, I shouldn't be feeling this way. You know, like, I shouldn't have to be going through this type of... God don't do that. He's not going to tell you to do something and then throw it back in your face and make you feel negative about it, you know, or tortured about it or something like that.
Right? Because he's at the point of, like, he's out of his mind.
Mm-hmm.
And
oh yeah, when he had the two guys tied up on the pole.
Yeah,
like
those were his chiefs. Two of your chiefs.
He killed,
and because they disagree with you, now you all of a sudden you're killing people.
They're trying to talk sense into you and give you wisdom, telling you, basically warning you, this is not going to end well for you. This is not what we should be doing as a leader. I don't want to follow you into this.
Because you got everybody over here, and now Maui is left unprotected. So if somebody attacked Maui, we're gonna lose a lot of people.
It's interesting how people don't, because you don't agree with their agenda of negativity, that they would completely just kill you or turn against you. Like, and that's just the power of humans. Like, and it's really a scary thing to deal with humans in a way, because you never know if somebody gonna be right or left.
Right.
And that's just the hard part about it. And then having somebody over you and a whole country or a group of people, I don't know if you a trustworthy person. Like, and that's just scary. Like,
no, for real. And then you got another thing with Kayana. You see him shifting loyalties from traditional ideology to now he's more... I forgot the lady's name that we met.
Vi?
Yeah, Vi. Mm-hmm. He's more like Vi now.
A little bit, yep.
Where everything has changed, and now he's seen, because he's seen so much, he cannot think the same way, so smile-mindedly. Like, there's a lot. There's a lot that has changed, and nobody really understands him. So he cannot
Look, we have a spoon.
He cannot be the same anymore. So there's a lot of interesting thing that's happening. I'm kind of interested now that with Captain Cook now finally has reached the island.
That's the ending, is them like pulling up.
Like, he finally arrived. So I'm wondering, this is getting good. Mm-hmm. I'm telling you, episode 7 is going to be something completely wow. Because now you got Maui is undefended right now. Kaikeili is made an alliance with Kiau to help him with his battle with Kamehameha. And then you got Kamehameha with the law. Now, I wonder... here's my prediction. I think all of the Kiau's allies are going to join and fight for Kamehameha. I do believe that is going to happen, because they're going to look at Kiau's move as the ultimate betrayal. Like, you knew that Kaikeili was going to come here and try to conquer the entire island to try to unify it, and yet you go and join forces with him. I believe they're going to look at that as the ultimate betrayal. So the other chiefs, they're going to side with Kamehameha. And what I'm interested in is how are they going to battle this on two different fronts, because now you got Captain Cook here, and you got to deal with Kai Keeley and Kiao. So I'm pretty sure that the pale skin allies to Kayana is going to help with Captain Cook. I wonder, but I'm kind of interested. There's a lot. I don't even want to make any predictions outside of the prediction that all of the other chiefs who were allies to Kiao are going to now be Kamehameha's allies. And because there's so much things that can go wrong, I don't mind being wrong. I'm more interested in seeing what is going to take place than actually making any predictions at this point, because this has gotten to the point where we at the nitty gritty now.
It's kind of hard to predict like what's gonna happen, because you just know like they're divided. Kai Keeley and I forget his name are Kiao was in the alliance. The white
Captain Cook,
they're
Cook,
pulling up.
They just got there,
and then he already caught a peace treaty. But I mean,
they out of the food storage now,
right? So I don't even know what. Honestly, this is like you can't really. Only thing I could probably maybe think of is maybe that white elephant conversation might happen because they have to all unite, and it's like we got to work together at this point. I don't know. I could think that maybe. I don't know. Honestly, I don't even know either, because I was thinking that maybe they all would put all their differences aside and work together, at least to kill off, the
Captain Cook.
Yeah, and then eventually they'll separate and then kind of go back into that. But honestly, I don't even know if that's possible, because he didn't already call his men to go attack. So I don't know. I don't really know either what predictions will happen.
And they never really even got to address even the Captain Cook situation with the pale skins who Kayana alliance with. They never even got to just but I don't even know if they know Captain Cook is even on the way.
No, because they teaching them how to shoot and teaching them how to do the weaponry.
Outside of the black dude who should have said something at this point. I think he should have told them what's going on, because he actually knew what was going on.
Maybe because maybe they locked him up.
But he knew that. Mm-hmm. But he knew that before they locked up. Because he caught them.
Mm-hmm. That's right, and that's why they locked.
That's why they locked them up.
Mm-hmm. I think that there may be. I feel like the old girl probably might do something like to betray Kayana love-wise.
They got to establish the trade.
That part.
That they haven't even, they talked about it, but they haven't fully gotten there yet.
Yeah. So there's still a lot to unpack. I feel like there might be multiple seasons of this. I do, because it's a lot.
I hope.
But then we still got probably maybe max 3 more episodes if they go to 10. I don't know how many.
Yeah.
So we'll see. But yeah, we that's pretty much it. We did episode 5 and 6 for this one. We hope you guys like this video. Are you guys still tuned in? Are you guys still watching every week? Right. Let us know. Comment below any takeaways you have, or just any information you have to give us, or your perspective of what's going on in the show.
Absolutely. And if you haven't caught up on all of our episodes, please go check those out.
Knoxinbootspodcast, found on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube,
and TikTok. So yeah, we really do appreciate you guys. Please share, and we'll see you again next episode. Peace.